Good afternoon and welcome to this unscheduled meeting of Council on the 2nd of February. I now turn to our Mayor to say the prayer.
Thank you, Claire. Almighty God, we humbly ask you to guide our deliberations for the welfare and the benefit of the Morashire and the people whom we serve. Where the Morashire Council would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land upon which we meet and pay respect to their elders, both past and present. Apologies and request a leave of absence. We've got Councillor Brooks. It's an apology today. Any other? No, thank you. Declarations under the Act, regulations and code of local laws. Assuming it's nil. Declaration of any interest, a conflict of interest. No conflict of interest. 4, office report for determination. Community 7.1 is what we're here for today. It's C027/21, construction of the Yarrawonga Library, events and performance precinct. I need a councillor to move that motion, please. Councillor Lawless, thank you. Sorry, Councillor Mansfield, sorry.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'll move the recommendation that Council 1 appoint Ultra Project Services Proprietary Limited as the preferred tenderer for contract C027/21, construction of Yarrawonga Library, events and performance precinct, stages 1 and 2. And 2, authorise the Chief Executive Officer to undertake negotiation to achieve a best value outcome. 3, authorise the Chief Executive Officer to sign and seal the contract documents. And 4, approve the allocation of 1.2 million from cash reserves towards the project budget.
Thank you, Councillor Mansfield. I need a councillor second that motion. Councillor Lawless, please. Sorry, going blank. Thank you. Councillor Mansfield, you wish to speak to it?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is a long time coming. I've got much pleasure in moving this motion. It's been a 4-year consultative process with all the community, and for the pros and cons of this beautiful project, which has now come to fruition, that we appoint a contractor. As I say, it's a long time coming. I'm sure there's a 14-month project completion date from the time the start to the time it's finished, which by my reckoning, we should be finished by June 2023, which will be a great asset for the Yarrawonga community and for the Moira community. I believe that this, I hope that all councillors support this project. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Mansfield. Councillor Lawless, you wish to speak to that motion?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm very much in favour of this motion. I think that one of the things that we talked about earlier in this process is making sure that that we can do the project, but do it to the even if we had to allocate more money. I see that's why we are moving that we allocate another 1.2 million. And my belief all along, when you see such a beautiful hall and what was done in the past, we want to, whatever's done in the future needs to be, we don't want to be cutting any corners with this project. Initially, there certainly has been quite a bit of debate about the project, but today we are talking about the financing the project. And I think that like some of the things that people had concerns about, probably, yes, generally was the loss of the old the old hall. But some of the other concerns that were raised with the community were losing toilet facilities, a kitchen, and breakaway rooms. And I think that anybody that's really closely studied this plans, I think that we've really covered those areas in glory, because I think that we're going to have a modern kitchen, we're going to have modern updated toilets, we're going to have numerous breakaway rooms, we're going to have a great foyer that people that can break away into, And I think it's one of the earlier things that came out with the first architects was connectivity. And I think that anybody that actually looks at this plan, I think that we are going to see a lot more use of the hall, because there's real connectivity with groups that don't have to walk out into the cold to go to the kitchen or those sorts of things. So I'm very much in favour of passing this motion.
Thank you, councillors. Any other councillors wish to speak to that motion? Councillor Heather.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I still, as a new councillor, have concerns. I realise that everybody's worked on this for some time, and I acknowledge that and the hardship that doing that can cause. I have met with the YK group this morning to discuss their concerns and other members of the community as well. I just feel that perhaps all the questions have not been answered. All the basic questions that should have been asked, like the kitchen and the users of the kitchen, how they want that and where they want that. Upstairs is perhaps not the most suitable place, and lift issues and a number of things. I apparently can't discuss them at the moment. I need to speak to Sally. So at this point, I do not intend to back this, because I just feel that as a new councillor, I have not been informed enough. Thank you.
Thank you, councillor Heather. Any other councillors wish to speak to that motion? Councillor Elliott.
Yeah, just quickly, Mr. Mayor. I think the consultant group did very much engage all members of the community, including the YCAG group, at a previous meeting last October. And I believe most of the questions were answered, and they were more than willing to change some of the little, well, I thought they were little problems, and the majority of other people did there as well. And they were willing to work with the community to change those particular problems. So I think now is the time to act and to endorse this recommendation. Thank you.
Thank you, councillor. Councillor Cox.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This project's been funded by the Community Infrastructure Loan Scheme in general, and then with additional funds from the Moora Shire Council. Also with the Living Library grants available as well. And let's be honest, Mr. Mayor, only for those grants, as a council, we could never afford this on our own. So we've got these grants. We've been very successful as a council to obtain these grants. And I just want to see the project proceed now. Just as a side, I just noticed a change that made to the Civic Centre here at Cobram with the library here alongside it. And just the through traffic here in this area, and the library being right in the centre of town and a smart, modern facility, it encouraged people to come in and use it. So I just think it's a great step forward. And I just wish the Yarrawonga community or Yarrawonga Mawala community all the best in this facility. Thank you.
Thank you, councillor Cox. Any other councillors wish to speak to it? Councillor Limbrick.
Thanks, Mr. Mayor. Yeah, as a new councillor last year, this project was on the go long before I came to council. And so I had similar concerns to Councillor Heather originally. But having seen the plans and gone through the process over the last 12 months and listened to and read a lot of the consultation, a lot of the comments, I think what we all need to understand is consultation doesn't mean that everybody ends up with what they want. Unfortunately, that's never the case. In a perfect world, we'd all get what we want, but it never happens. I understand there's still some concerns with YCAG and a few others, but as I said, having seen the plans and gone through the facility, I think we're going to end up with an amazing facility that's going to enhance the livability of Yarrawonga and surrounding district. And I think the building code clearly, and the architects, their brief is to design a building that complies. And some of the safety issues that have been raised today and previously are part of the building project. They're part of the project responsibility of the architects and of the builder. And so I dismiss some of those. They're certainly important, but they aren't integral part of the planning process. And I think that's must be recognised.
Thank you, councillor Limbrick. Councillor Mansfield, would you wish to sum up?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The only thing I've got to say is that we are appointing a contractor, people that have got concerns about the planning, the plans of the new facility at 1 minute to midnight is a bit late. They've had ample opportunity over the last 4 years to have input. As Councillor Limbrick indicated, not everyone is gets what they want. It's a consensus building. The architects have taken every person's and every group's ideas on board and come up with a terrific facility. The sooner we get it done, the better. And just as an offside to that, once the new library is in the new facility, the old library will be surplus to requirements for the council, and it is understood that we will put that on the market, which will recoup some of the monies expended on the library project. So I recommend to all councillors to vote for the project. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Mansfield. All those in favour of the motion? Carried. Thank you. Those against the motion? Councillor Heather is against the motion. Thank you. Councillors? Sorry? You can. All those in favour, Councillor Beitzel, Councillor Lawless, Councillor Cox, Councillor Mustard, Councillor Elliott, Councillor Limbrick and Councillor Mansfield. Thank you. And against Councillor Heather. Thank you. Meeting closed. Thank you, everybody. Well done, councillors.